I'm so sorry. Me when I'm so sorry. Please forgive. Ah, yes, boys. I'm sorry. I know. I'm freaking sorry that I didn't react to this video sooner, dude. The freaking new apology just dropped. Let's check it. The freak out. It's not a real apology. It's more of an apology tier list situation. More of a how an apology determines a reputation situation by Pexto. Dude, let's freaking see. People be saying sorry sometimes.
Starting with comedy YouTuber The Manny Show. From apologizing after falsely accusing someone.
I'm sorry we got this wrong.
It's
to taking
Keemstar.
accountability when you don't have to.
I am sorry.
Let's get right into him.
So sorry.
Here's how an apology can make you loved or hated. Starting with comedy YouTuber The Manny Show, who's a...
All I know about this guy is he does YouTube shorts, and they're amazing. And that he copyrights you if you do something wrong. I don't
apology
remember.
would change everything after he abused the copyright system.
There we go.
Turning a commentary channel Ingwing.
This morning, my Manny Show video just got smited. The video in question that was taken down is why everyone hates the Manny Show.
Damn.
Given that Ingwing was following copyright laws, Manny was now in hot water. Manny is taking it too far, bro. The Manny Show better pull out the ukulele and start singing for us.
For
Even
real,
Penguin
dude.
Zero commented on the situation.
13 seconds of the video was enough to lead the Manny Show to strike the entire fucking channel.
You guys remember when Charlie
That's some
covered
fucking
drama
filthy
back in the
fish
day?
paste right there.
But 10 days later,
Good
Manny
times.
offered an explanation and an apology.
Ahead of VidCon, I hired an agent to help me manage my monetization sharing, and they went beyond by filing a copyright claim on Engwing's video. To those outraged by this, I am
Star Wars transition?
sorry with what has happened.
Along with correcting the mistake.
I immediately fired the agent and contacted YouTube to reinstate the video and make things right with Engwing. But at the
Let's
end of the
go!
day, it is my name on the channel. I hired the agent and I take full responsibility.
Manny made no excuses, and this...
Dang, I just heard a lot of excuses though. But also, I didn't know he apologized for this, so that's freaking good. I guess I will add that to the mental notes that in my brain rot. I've got a worm in my brain. I don't know who this guy is. Why do I... Mental note here. He said sorry.
This honest approach got him forgiveness. I appreciate him making a genuine apology. You can tell he meant it. This is possibly the greatest apology I've seen on this app, including from Penguin Zero.
Legitimately, this is a really good response to the whole thing. Probably one of the best I've seen.
Now, the Manny Show's back to making comedic skits with an extra 500,000 subscribers. But where Manny's apology cleared his name, Keemstar apologized to avoid a defamation lawsuit. In January 2016, Drama Alert host Keemstar would allege RuneScape streamer RS Glory and Gold was actually John Phillips, a man who'd committed a heinous crime.
John Phillips, 54,
You got the wrong guy.
of Finchburg, Massachusetts, is accused of having sex with a 13-year-old Michigan girl. John was arrested
Gross.
for this, and he recently got out of jail, and the first thing he did was stream RuneScape.
But this turned out to be completely false.
My name's Sir Tony Ray, and I'm coming to you on Glory and Gold.
And once Tony showed an ID to prove his innocence, the internet turned against Keemstar. Defamation is illegal. I hope this is taken to court.
Fucking goddamn it, Loomis. Hey, what are you doing?
You guys literally just bullied the nicest person ever in the history of Twitch, and by the end of the day, Keem was desperate to put out the fire.
Earlier today, someone on my news team provided me with a story that I thought was vetted, that I thought was correct, and it wasn't. It was wrong. And this isn't a little fuck up, this is a big fuck up. This is a serious big fuck up. The guy that works for me is no longer working for me. And any damages that we've caused this guy, Tony...
Alright. This was so long ago, but he falsely accused the RuneScape guy, who I believe has passed away now. R.I.P. to freaking Tony, the GOAT. For real.
2022. Matt Patch shared his theory about Five Nights at Freddy's books having a scrapped alternate reality game.
Maybe, just maybe, it could have been that they were intentionally designed to set up secret puzzles that we were meant to solve, and those puzzles never got fully realized. I believe that Scott was planning to use this final book as a launching point, the start of a real-world treasure hunt. I need you to help me either...
Are you talking about...
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sorry. Got a little horny on main there for a second. You guys know when you get a little crazy, a little horny on main.
Solve this thing once and for all.
Let's solve this thing, Scott
Of
Thorne.
course, this was just a theory, but fans were enthusiastic. A bit too enthusiastic.
That's what I've been saying. Some people say I'm hating, and they're right.
I work in a small diner in southern Utah, and we got 17 calls over my shift asking if we were Fazbears. Like, come on,
We're
y'all.
not.
Is this the home of Super Bowl 58?
No, this is Patrick.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Super Bowl 58?
Nope. Common sense.
Read the
Don't be
website,
harassing
dumbass.
people over something that may not even be real.
This is
Prompting
McDonald.
MatPat to address the situation just 4 days after his video.
To the loyal theorists watching this video, stop. Cannot make that clear enough. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
It was just a theory. Don't call their phone number.
Not the way to do things. It is never, never acceptable to call someone or their place of business to look for lore in a video game.
On top of ending the
Jesus Christ, kids these days, am I fucking right,
treasure
dude?
hunt, MatPat held himself accountable, apologizing for those affected.
This is me formally saying to those business owners, those members of the community, individuals who may have felt harassed or burdened by this, I am sorry. I am so sorry. It was
I can tell he means it.
never my intention to cause issues for people or businesses. I want to make it very clear that if and when we reference ARGs on the channel, that there is going to be a clear set of guidelines that every single person should be aware of and follow. We've never had this sort of issue come up in the past, but now that it's here, it's time that we move forward as responsible human beings.
This ethical approach earned him a lot of love. Huge respect to Matt and the crew for
Ever so
addressing
large
this.
respect.
Now this is the proper YouTube apology and not the basic trend half-assed ones, demonstrating why he is so beloved even after his retirement. Unlike Linus, whose ego turned his own fans against him. On June 24th, 2023...
What did Linus have to apologize for? When he said the hard R thing? Probably not.
Like, I'm not gonna deny that I dropped my fair share of hard R's back then, because we didn't the term hard R didn't even exist. We didn't think about it, right? And it's funny because to me, that doesn't feel like that long ago.
That was quickly cleared up.
Test Bill
Funny
Labs'
though.
prototype GPU cooling block and declare his verdict loud and clear.
The best case scenario
Ever so
for
loud
this thing
and clear.
is the temps are slightly better, but the
kinda
experience
said
of
what I
building with
said.
it is a nightmare.
Ever so
A
something or
GPU
other.
cooling block and declare his verdict loud and clear.
The best case scenario for this thing is the temps are slightly better, but the experience of building with it is a nightmare, and the advantages over literally any other solution are negligible.
Literally, I don't know what he's saying. Does anyone know?
He tested the product incorrectly. Felix from Billet Labs here. The block was specifically designed
Show tech tipper,
for a
nerd.
3090 Ti, not a 4090. Despite Billet Labs' comment, Linus refused to retest.
Nothing that obeys the laws of physics would have changed the conclusion, which is that this is
He's
not
from Canada?
a product to buy.
Worse,
This
when the
changes
company
everything.
asked for the prototype back, Linus and his team agreed before auctioning it off instead.
You're my... Why does he have this glove on, dude? I couldn't decide. You look like Michael Jackson and my proctologist.
Enraging viewers. Unbelievable how a big company like LTT can F up so badly, and the behavior after it was absolutely disgusting. It breaks my heart how they
Nasty
mistreated
even.
Billet
I was
Labs.
personally disgusted. I don't know what they're talking about.
A public apology is in place. Linus would post one, although
Some
2 months
graphics
later,
card shit.
featuring his
Our processes failed when I was selecting items to include in the charity auction.
with Linus only
Some
appearing
sort
in
of
the
charity
end.
It's
situation.
honestly really hard
Some sort of
when people take
tie-dye hoodie
an internal
apology.
process error and then they run that all the way to Linus is a thief and wants to auction someone else's intellectual property. The second that I
Linus
was made
actually
aware
came to my house and assaulted my uncle physically. Overpowered him with ease. He's stronger than he looks.
of the situation on the 14th,
My uncle can't
I
walk, so
emailed
it
Billet
wasn't a fair
Labs,
fight.
And I explained what happened, offering no questions asked, full compensation for their stated value of the product.
Yeah, he made
Linus
it right.
then addressed his refusal to retest.
I'll put that in my fake story that I
Not
made up
bother
just now.
retesting the monoblock.
He made it right at the
I
end.
was
The end.
obviously wrong. I owe you guys better, and I'm sorry.
But his fans didn't receive the corporate apology well. The way this was recorded, it almost seems like the words they spoke were put into their mouths and not their own words. Regardless of whether Linus had any ill...
Are you sure that that's not what happened here, Linus? Or can we be sure that someone wasn't stuffing those words in there for you?
His mismanagement cost
Let me
him
see in your mouth.
200,000 subscribers and his position as CEO of his company. In contrast to Pokimane, whose apology changed nothing. On August 19th,
Whoa.
2020, Pokimane Pokimane posted a video titled My Apology.
I know this video is long overdue, and I planned a vacation for around this time, but I honestly should not have taken any time off prior to acknowledging or addressing or apologizing for these things.
The reason for her apology was...
Wait, what did she do? I don't remember.
Well, nobody knew. So the comments section turned into a fun fact competition. I just wanted to know why she was apologizing, but instead I learned about how honey never spoils and some SpongeBob guy was sold for 62 cents. Wow.
Huh? Is it an NFT? There's no... I'm so confused.
This is crazy. But did you know that the first person convicted of speeding was going 8 miles per hour?
I didn't know that.
Unlike Pokimane's unnecessary apology, PewDiePie set the precedent for...
so it was unnecessary, but you're not going to tell me what it was? Very cool.
Good apologies.
I fucking damn it, I'll find it myself. Clickbait for something.
She striked this video called Keemstar vs. Pokemon Twitter fight. Someone decided to put these...
Bro, I do not remember this. 4 years ago, I guess that's why.
YouTube. So basically, this Twitter drama became an even bigger drama thanks to the YouTube algorithm. So in a way, I can understand why you want to take down this video, but the problem here is that you're just drawing more attention to it.
And frankly, my apology at the time was not very good, or was not good enough.
Pokimane pregnant.
Dude, the sexual in
Pokimane twerk live. Why do you falsely clickbait?
Then, but only because they were my content or my stream. I regret those.
So she was taking down people's videos because they were weird or stupid? And not because they were wrong? Or
While
something?
streaming PUBG, PewDiePie would end up calling another...
Golly, that did happen. I remember it.
Immediately
Not
realizing
well,
his mistake.
in about 240p quality, just like this video is. That's how the memory is, too.
I mean, that's
suspicious.
But still faced backlash, prompting hashtag PewDiePieIsOverParty on Twitter. I'm not saying PewDiePie is racist, but with how he said the N-word, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a slave owner in another life. Prompting an apology.
I like how the person saying it just said it on Twitter as well.
Later.
I'm really sorry if I offended, hurt, or disappointed anyone with all of this. It was something that I said in the heat of the moment. I said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just sort of slipped out. And I'm not gonna make any excuses to why it did, because there are no excuses for it. Being in the position I am, I should know better. I know I can't keep messing up like this. And I owe it to my audience and to myself to do better than this.
As a black guy...
But mostly, he owes it to me, lonniedos. Thank you for apologizing, Mr. PewDiePie.
I didn't really find it offensive, but I appreciate his apology. The I did not mean it at all, I was just upset and used the worst word that came to mind is probably the most acceptable reasoning I've heard, and it felt genuine. In the end, he was forgiven, staying the most subscribed YouTuber for 2 more years.
I don't know if it was that acceptable, but I mean, it's old news for sure.
But though
He's got a baby now.
shared her horrible experience with group member Dom Zaglitis. On the night of November 25th,
oh, is this
my friends
David
and I came to your
Dobrik's friend?
house to shoot. The last thing I remember is being extremely drunk on your balcony. Apparently, you and your team bought more hard alcohol than I drank, and you, me, and my friend had a threesome, which I have no memory of whatsoever. To my understanding, at some point during the threesome, I was too drunk and laid on the bed and slept. From what I've been told, my friends had to come into the room and put on my clothes, and I couldn't walk leaving your house. Despite David not being directly responsible, fans were not happy. David's got a lot of explaining to do. This isn't YouTube drama. One of the severest crimes possible was committed, and David and his whole crew need to be held responsible.
Spoiler, he was not held responsible. Follow him on Snapchat.
I want to apologize to her and her
He
friends
did say sorry,
for
though.
ever putting them in an environment.
This was his
that
first apology, though, before his second one, because this one wasn't good enough.
Enabled that made
I'm
them
pretty
feel
sure.
like
I'm pretty
their
sure that's the lore.
safety and
Check with the
values
worm.
were compromised. I didn't know what was going on in that room, and I should have been. I should have been there, and I should have been making sure that everybody involved was taken care of and wasn't uncomfortable.
He then addressed the situation with Dom.
I made the decision to no longer film with Dom in 2019. But what I didn't do is I didn't go back to any of these women and apologize. I didn't reach out to any of these people. And that
Maybe
breaks
this was the second
my heart,
apology.
knowing that,
I don't remember.
I was doing all this stuff and I was making all this content while there was people that were still really hurt by what I made. I'm making myself available to anyone that wants to reach out that I've hurt in the past. I want to be able to hear and understand from yourselves, and I'll be reaching out on my own to some people.
The sincerity won him hearts. This was very well said, David. Growth and taking accountability is part of growing up. People...
fuck this guy.
David was back to being one of YouTube's biggest creators before leaving the platform in May 2022 to focus on his business.
On his pizza restaurant.
Where David left YouTube for a good reason, Watcher
and
had
his stupid-ass app that was like a fake digital camera Instagram clone with a twist that still exists. I know he stepped away from it allegedly, but vintage camera and photo editing, kind of like Visco, I guess, but like you take the picture and then you can't see it until tomorrow, and it's the worst. The worst idea for an app, honestly. I'd like to see the pictures now. I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Apologize for theirs. On April 19th, 2024, Watcher...
Oh, dude, I did a whole freaking video about the Watcher apology. Roll the clip. Watcher, I was not that familiar with these people until their controversy, but I guess they made their own sort of streaming paid service, and it didn't seem to go well. So they said, goodbye, YouTube, in this video. And this was them announcing their thingy, their goddamn Sidemen Plus streaming service, if you will.
How is it going to be different than the YouTube experience?
Probably won't.
Streamer, I think, is a place that reflects what our content is.
Career. On August 8th, 2024, Mr. Beast's former employee, Jake Weddle, would reveal his harrowing filming experience.
It was the like surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary, or surviving solitary for whatever. The lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there.
In addition to being unable to sleep, he had to participate in inhumane challenges.
Jimmy comes in and I'm asleep. I don't know what time it is. And I go, "What's the challenge today?" He goes, "You're gonna run a marathon." So I start running at 12, and I'm running until 3 a.m. All right,
She's wearing a poop.com shirt. Interesting decision. I wonder what that could be for. Some sort of clothing brand I've never heard of.
You wouldn't believe. Just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk.
Despite this, he never got the money promised.
I did not get the 300K. He goes, think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned. 100,000 some change.
Viewers.
$100,000 and some change? Like thousands of more dollars? Okay, and I'm pretty sure that this guy has since been paid off by the Mr. Beast conglomerate. But let's double check.
I can't do it. I can't do it. There's no amount of money you can pay me to come back. I can't.
There he is. He did it. Okay, I don't know if he did it or not.
A week later, however, Mr. Beast messaged Jake. "Hey, I wanted to reach out and say I didn't mean to cause you mental stress with that video, and I apologize. You mentioned you'd like to be paid out the rest of the prize money, the other $190,000, and I'd love to make things right with you." The two then spoke on the phone to negotiate a smaller amount of money that Jake was comfortable accepting.
Counteroffer, 50. You save $140,000. You just give me 50.
But where Jake accepted the apology, viewers still weren't forgiving. I just feel like this is another move due to Jimmy's lawyer who's trying to fix his image. 1000% it's a PR move. But where Mr. Beast has yet to post an official apology, Neon's official apology only got him more hate. During a March 2024 live stream...
Well, this guy doesn't feel emotions, so obviously this is the first fake apology we've seen, but let's hear it for
against an underage apology.
I've made a lot of bad decisions, but that was by far one of my worst things I've ever said or done, and I want to sincerely apologize for what I said. I don't know what I was thinking. I let a kid get in my head, and when he talked crazy to me, I blacked out and I didn't realize what I was.
Apology acknowledged. Shout out Pexto. This was a freaking good video about people saying sorry, but dude, everyone knows the best apology video of them all is the Prank Pals apology video.
And Mikey, and we're sorry. We're really sorry. It's been a really good run.
You'll never guess what they did. I caught them.